A tentative trial date set for one of the two teens charged in connection to a January murder in Scottsbluff. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, one of the teens charged in connection to the murder of a 15-year-old Scottsbluff boy has pleaded not guilty to charges of aiding and abetting murder in the second degree and aiding and abetting use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony. 16-year-old Corey Rotherham Jr. was arraigned in district court late last week following his arrest in connection to the death of Wyatt Reeb. 17-year-old co-defendant Devontae Costella is accused of wielding the knife that was used to kill Reeb, and he was arraigned on his charges in late January. Rotherham Jr. was appointed Michael Meister as his public defender, with the case set for a May 21st pretrial conference and a trial to begin in the June jury term. Last week, it was also announced that 19-year-old Ramon Enriquez III and 20-year-old Dimitri Enriquez, both of Scottsbluff, were the third and fourth suspects charged in connection to the January 20th fatal attack. Well, a 47-year-old Scottsbluff man gets a hefty prison sentence after getting caught with more than 100 grams of methamphetamine. In December, Ryan Aschenbrenner pleaded no contest to an amended charge of possession of meth 10 to 27 grams. On Friday in Scottsbluff County District Court, he was sentenced to 12 to 15 years in prison. The co-defendant in this case, John Sturkle, has pleaded not guilty to more serious charges and is set to stand trial next month in district court. And sticking with the courts, as a 27-year-old Scottsbluff man caught with a large quantity of drugs during a March traffic stop has been sentenced to upwards of a decade in prison. In December in Scottsbluff County District Court, Brandon Grebe pleaded no contest to an amended charge of operating a motor vehicle to avoid arrest, possession of an exceptionally hazardous drug, and possession of a controlled substance. Following a police pursuit, Grebe's abandoned car was searched, and authorities uncovered dealer quantities of cocaine and fentanyl, as well as $1,200 cash. On Friday, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison on the pursuit and fentanyl convictions, and 5 to 10 years in prison on the cocaine distribution. Judge Andrea Miller ordered all three sentences to run concurrently to each other. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gering. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Welcome back. The Nebraska State Patrol released more information today following a fatal accident on I-80 that claimed the life of 31-year-old Kyle McCasey, an on-duty trooper with the NSP. He and other troopers responded to a crash on Interstate 80 between Ashland and Greenwood. During that response, McCasey was outside his patrol unit and was struck by a snowplow and succumbed to his injuries on scene.
We believe that Trooper McCasey asked the plow driver to move the snowplow. Trooper McCasey was in the process of returning to the other vehicles when the plow began to drive in reverse and struck Trooper McCasey.
The Nebraska State Patrol has asked the Sarpy County Sheriff's Office to conduct the crash investigation. Well, Nebraska's agricultural landscape continued to shift in 2024, with the number of farms and ranches declining again, according to data released by the USDA's National Agricultural Statistics Service. That report shows that Nebraska had 44,300 farms and ranches, a decrease of about 100 operations from 2023. The decline was driven by a drop of 400 farms in operations with less than $100,000 in agricultural sales, while the number of operations generating $100,000 or more in sales increased by 300 farms. Despite the dip in overall farm numbers, the amount of land in farms and ranches held steady at 44 million acres, unchanged from the previous year. The average operation size increased slightly, reaching 993 acres, up 2 acres from 2023.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least one float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
In the spirit of National FFA Month, I am joined by Alexa Tolman, Nebraska FFA State Vice President, originally of the Crawford FFA chapter. Alexa, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So the last time you and I visited was on stage at Pinnacle Bank Arena shortly after your name was called as a state officer. Give us a big picture overview of everything that's happened since that moment.
So since we were on the big stage, we had our COLT conference, that's the chapter officer leadership training in May. And so that was right after we were elected. And that was where the chapters brought their officers to Aurora at the Leadership Center. And we had a conference a couple days for them. And that was awesome. I loved that one. And then throughout the summer, we went to Washington, D.C. for a week and did a state summit. And so all of the state officers from across the nation came together and got to learn about advocating for agriculture from the national officers. And then when school started, we had a brand new conference called Ignite, and it was for 7th, 8th, and 9th grade members. And it was a kickoff to FFA, their first experience. And so that was really fun to meet all of those young students excited for FFA. And then we also did our Pathways to Career conference in Kearney, and that was in November. But we had guest speakers come and talk about the different careers in agriculture that these students could learn about and then get an idea for what they might like in agriculture. And then we traveled to the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, where we got to celebrate with those national officers that we trained with in the summer and got to meet all of the students again. And that was a lot of fun in Indianapolis. And now we're here.
Wow. Well, that was a very loaded question that I led off with because you've been very busy, no doubt. But you are one of 7 on this year's state officer team. Tell us a little bit about your team's focus and some of your priorities that you worked together on this year.
Yeah, this year we have really focused on the members. The reason we are elected and serving is because of our impact or how FFA has impacted us. And we want to be the ones that allow that impact for other students across Nebraska and to continue the students' growth and the leadership that Nebraska FFA teaches. So we've really focused on member engagement and connecting with those students and hearing from students. It's been so fun traveling the state already and learning from the students and their passion for FFA. Another goal of ours is to just grow ourselves as well in agriculture. As we are leaders in the state, we want to represent agriculture well. And so just learning together more about agriculture and this vast state that we have here. So
Absolutely. Well, you detailed a lot of experiences and travel throughout this year, but what has been the most eye-opening either event or interaction you've had so far as a state officer?
I think the state summit that we went to in Washington, D.C. was very eye-opening. Every state runs their FFA program differently, just as every chapter here in Nebraska runs it differently. But just hearing from all of the state officers when we all came together and learned from each other was so cool to learn about their agriculture in their state, but then also how different FFA can be across this nation. And so just learning about all of that was super insightful.
Absolutely. Well, as we run out of time here today, in a few words, what are you most looking forward to about the rest of your term as a Nebraska state officer?
I am really looking forward to meeting students here in chapter visits, which start in a couple days, and get to learn more as I finish out my term as a state officer.
Fantastic. Well, this True Blue Salute features Alexa Tolman, Nebraska State FFA Vice President. Alexa, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Rebel.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
At Renewal by Anderson, we ask, why should we only feel the love on Valentine's Day in February? We have declared the entire month of February as the month of love. That's right, we did it. We laugh at February's snow and cold. We love installing the best new windows and doors. We love how warm, cozy, quiet, and more valuable our awesome windows and doors make our customers' homes. Love, love, love. Tell someone you love them today, and please book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. Feel the love every day in February with Renewal by Anderson.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the annual Panhandle Polar Plunge will be taking place soon, as the bone-chilling event invites participants, also known as plungers, who have collected pledges from friends and family for plunging into the icy waters of the North Platte River at the Riverside Park in Scottsbluff. All proceeds from this event go to support the amazing athletes of Special Olympics Nebraska. Gering Police Captain Jason Rogers explains why plunging into the icy water for a good reason is truly a life-changing experience.
But I promise you that it's one of those events that when you do it, you'll want to come back and do it every year, because it really is life-changing. Not only life-changing for you because you know you're helping your community and helping some wonderful, wonderful athletes, but you're also making friends, right? You're making friends that will, every time they see you, if you're out shopping or if you're out putting gas in your car and they see you, you'll get a wave, you'll get a warm smile, and the next time you're at an event together, I almost promise you, you'll get a warm hug. It really, really has that type of an impact for everybody involved in the polar plunge.
Currently, check-in is scheduled to begin at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. Teams and individual plunges will start at 10:30. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.